A very hearty welcome to my class 10 student. Today we will start the new topic, that is refraction of light through a lens. Okay, so we have completed the topic of refraction of light, student, that is glass lab. Then we have completed the prism, and now we will start the lens. Okay, now first of all you have to understand what you mean by lens. Lens is nothing but, student, it is a transparent medium bounded by basically two refracting surface. Sometimes it may be either two, okay, but normally we have a two refracting surface. Now if you will categorize a lens, student, it is basically divided into two parts. One is a convex lens, another is concave lens. Clear to you? So what is a convex lens and what is a concave lens? How convex lens can be shown and how concave lens can be shown. If you will go to the convex lens, student, its other name is converging lens, and this is known as diverging lens. Okay, so why it is named as converging? As it means, suggests, student, means when a ray of light, means when a incident ray passes through the lenses, the ray meet at one point. So when all the rays, students, suppose this is the lens, I am just taking the structure of convex lens. You take many incident ray of your wish. Okay, so when it refracted, means when it passes through a lens, all the ray like this, all the rays should meet at one point. So this is known as converging. Clear? When we move to the diverging, student, the structure of concave lens is like this. Okay, so when you are considering any incident ray of light, when it passes through the lens, see, all the ray is diverted, means does not meeting at one point after refraction. So it is a diverging lens. Clear to you? Now if you will categorize, student, convex lens, it is of three types. One is student, double convex lens, right? Or we can say biconvex lens, that is also right. Biconvex, plano-convex, and third is concavo-convex. Clear to you? So how I can draw, student, biconvex line? The structure is like this. Two outermost bulging part. Plano, as name suggests, one plane surface, another is outer bulging, and third is, student, one is curved interior part and another is bulging of convex part. Okay, so this is, you can take concave part, this you can take convex part. So this is the structure of concavo-convex lens. Similarly, you can go for the concave lens, student. If you will see the concave lens, student, the structure is something like similar, but their common is concave and other will be common. Now you see the name. If I will take concave lens, student, concave lens, we will see biconcave, plano-concave, then convexo-concave. Okay, so how I can draw biconcave, student? You just check it out the diagram. This is a biconcave. Okay, plano, one single line, you take the curve interior. Okay, and third is convexo-concave, means one is a convex surface, this is curved. Now you take, then you bulge again like this and you join it, this is convexo-concave. But your focus should be on the, student, convex lens as well as concave lens. This is the part which you have to remember in the form of diagram only. Otherwise, the basic concept you have to remember for concave lens and convex lens. So let us start the topic related to first convex lens. So what is the convex lens and how we can create the concept? Okay. To understand the convex lens, student, first we will draw the concept of the ray diagram. Okay, ray diagram concept. Suppose this I will take one convex lens, student. Okay, this is the convex lens which you have to remember. Now we will follow the rules. A ray of light passing straight through a lens is without bending. Okay, a ray of light passes through the lens without bending, and if this you took it as 0 or O, so this is the point is known as optical center. Optical center, and the ray which is passing through the optical center is principal axis. Clear to you? Now second thing. Now we will move to the rules. Okay, suppose a ray of light, incident ray of light, parallel to the principal axis. If you are seeing this incident light parallel to the principal axis, after refracting, they are bound to meet at one point, that is principal focus. So if you know it is a two refracting surface, student, this is one refracting surface, this is another refracting surface. For this one, refracting focus is F1. For this surface, the focus is F2. So in the lens we have two focus. One is a real focus, another one we are saying the virtual focus. Okay, so this you have to remember. Clear to you? Second rule is that, student, first rule is that any ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis, after refraction it should meet at principal focus. Clear to you? So convex lens, if you move to the convex lens, it has a first focus F1 here and the second focus F2 here. Clear to you? So after refraction they will meet at second focus F2. Now I will move to the concave. In the concave you will see like this. You take the ray like this, student. Now taking the ray, again you can pass through optical center. This is O, you can consider. You can take a very center light, pass through it. So the ray of light which is passes through the optical center is known as principal axis. The concept will be remain same, axis. And when you will take any ray, okay, any ray you can take, concept incident light parallel to the principal axis. After refraction it will diverge, right? After refraction it will diverge, but rule is that it should pass through the focus. So you take a dot line like this, you take dot line this, so you will get another focus here. Clear to you? Okay, or if you make another thing, so this is the focus F2. Okay, this surface focus F2. Suppose you want to show another focus F1, you take another ray like this. Now this ray should not be parallel to the principal axis. It is coming from far away distance like this. Okay, like this it is not parallel to the principal axis. Clear? Now it again, so after refraction it is parallel, but now you cannot join it. What you have to take, student? You can take incident ray dot like this, incident ray dot like this. It will meet at this focus F. Understood? So in what is the difference in concave and convex? See, in convex its F1 is this side, left hand side, and F2 is right hand side. In concave its F1 is right hand side and F2 is left hand side. Understood? This is the basic thing which you have to remember. Now we will move to the student the different concept. What is that? Now if you want to understand the basic concept of concave of convex lens, so I can tell you that convex lens, what is that? It is a thick in the middle and thin at the outer edge. But if you will touch the concave lens, what you will see? It is thick in the middle and thin in the middle and thick at the outer edge. And second, already I have told you, convex lens always showing the property of converging the light and concave showing diverging. Third is that convex lens has real focus and concave lens has virtual focus, which you have to remember. Okay. Now we will move to the student next topic, that is ray diagram. Okay, so we will move to the ray diagram. Okay, so first ray diagram I will move for the concave. Okay, so first position I will tell you where I will put the incident ray and how we can get the images. Clear to you? So first thing you have to remember what is that. If I am not wrong, I hope so you understood the rules and regulation. Now what you will do? You will consider a convex lens. Take a ray of light straight to it. That ray of light passes through the optical center. Take the dot dot like this. Now you can place any object like this. Suppose I have placed my object beyond the F1, right? F1 you name as AB. Now what you take? You take a ray of light like this. At least you can take, student, 2 ray of light. So as per the rule I have told you, a ray of light, incident light, which is parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, it will pass through the focus, right? So this is the focus. Now to create an image, student, always remember you have to take at least 2 incident ray. Okay, otherwise it is difficult for you to create the image. Okay, so this is the first concept. Second, student, a ray which is coming from the optical center, a ray which is coming from the optical center, without refraction it will pass, means it will move straight. So where it joins, suppose it is joining at this position, where the point where 2 refracted ray meet, that is the position of the image. So here I got the position of image. You name as A dash B dash. Clear? AB is the object, A dash B dash is the image. Clear? Now you will write nature of the image, student. As it is below the principal axis, it is inverted. First thing you have to understand. So as the meeting of the 2 points, it form an image, so it is real. Over. Now we will move to the third concept. What is more you can write about the images, student? Basic you will write, it is a, what is that? Real or virtual. So maximum if you will see, student, convex lens always form real as well as virtual image. Convex lens always form a real and as well as virtual image. But when you go to the concave lens, it always form a virtual image. Now we will move to the position. Now we will start with the position. First, suppose object at infinity. Okay, object at infinity. Now if we will move to the textbook, I will focus to the textbook, student. Here see object at infinity. So when a ray of light coming from infinity, it likes to meet at focus. Clear? So here object is infinity, but what is that? The ray of object is parallel to the principal axis. So after refraction, it will meet at 1 point. Okay. So what is the nature you see? What is the nature, my dear student? The nature, if you will see, it is obviously real. Okay, because after it is not, we are forcefully meeting this ray of light, it automatically meet, so it is real. Okay, so this thing real, then it is inverted, which you cannot see, but really it is inverted. Second, diminished means you cannot, and its size is very small, so you cannot see the image. Okay, so that's why it is diminished. Clear to you? So this is the basic concept you have to remember. Now we will move to the second diagram, student. Here you see, here what I have taken, if object is far distance, means not infinity but at a far distance. See, the ray is coming from far but not infinity. So after, see, this ray is passing through the optical center, it will go like this only. But as this ray is passing to the focus, it will bend and meet at this point, student. So this is also which image? It is real, because the two lines intersect and meet at 1 point. So it is real. It is below the principal axis, so it is inverted. As the size, see, object is very big, but see, the image is small, so it is, again you can write, it is an Highly diminished means very small. Clear to you? So like this you have to understand the rules of many ray. Now we will move to the third. Which one? This one. Here what happens, student? The ray of light, the object is beyond optical center of curvature, which you have studied in class 9. 2F means optical beyond center of curvature. So one thing I have always told you, that the thing which is beyond center of curvature, the image is always between the center of curvature and focus. That you will remember. Again I will repeat. If the object is beyond the center of curvature, the image is formed between center of curvature and focus. Clear to you? So see, the object is beyond. Now you see the image, student, it is between. Now you get the property of this. What is that? See, they are meeting really. So it is real, below the principal axis, inverted, and again object size is more compared to image. So it is student diminished. This type of thing, student, this type of position of object is used to creation of camera. So once you want to create a camera, student, your object should be beyond the center of curvature. So please remember the application also. With the diagram, it is very much important to remember the application. Now where this is another diagram, student. See, now object at center of curvature. So image is always formed at center of curvature. Clear? It is very easy. Object at C, image is also at C. Now the most important thing is the application. This type of lenses, position of an object is used to making terrestrial telescope. Okay, so please try to remember the application. Now property of image, below the principal axis, student, inverted way. Okay, then real, because two light meeting at one point, so it is real. So these, and where is the image form? It is formed at 2F. Okay. Now we will move here. See, object is between center of curvature and focus, so image is always formed beyond the center of curvature. You see, it is beyond the center of curvature. Clear to you? Now again, image, characteristics of image. Obviously below the principal axis, inverted, meeting of two ray, so it is real. And third, you have to see magnified. The object is small, the image is bigger, so it is magnified. So these are used for making a slide projector. Clear? These are used for making slide projector. Now last we will move when object at the focus but image is infinity. Clear? So when you place an object at focus, student, image is at infinity. Nature is very easy. Infinity means highly magnified, real, and inverted. As it is below the principal axis, it is inverted. And this type of lenses position are used to find out the construction of spirometer. Okay, collimeter of a spirometer. Now similarly, you see, this I will compare these two things. Okay, object at focus. Here you see the object has, just you check it out, student. The object has between focus and optical center. Object has between focus and optical center. So your image is at, see, image is highly magnified. You see the size of the object and the size of image. But one difference is that this is a virtual image. Everywhere you are seeing that these two rays after refraction they are meeting. But here you see that these two rays are not meeting, but we are trying to meet at one point. So it is meeting at this point and the image is a virtual image. Clear? And it is above the principal axis, so it is erect. Okay, the thing which is above the principal axis, erect or upright, highly magnified, and this is the position where convex lens form a virtual image. Okay, student. And what is the application? It is used for making magnified glass or simple microscope. Clear? For concave student, very few example of concave student, only 2 diagram if you will see. This is the first diagram student, when object at focus. Second I will tell you which is beyond the focus, okay, means beyond 2f. So when is object as f student, you see the images is where? It is highly diminished, you cannot see the image, right? So if object at the focus, if someone will tell you about the characteristics of images, you will tell obviously concave lens, virtual image, erect because it is always form image above the principal axis, it is erect, and third is it is highly diminished, okay. And this is the last one of the concave. Only 2 diagram which you have to remember. See, it is beyond the center of curvature student. So see the image side. See, the 2 rays are meeting? Never. They will never meet. But we are trying to meet. So it is virtual image. It is erect as it is above the principal axis. And third is diminished, means the size is very small. So these things which you have to remember. Now we will come to the application. This basically which is beyond the center of curvature as used to make spectacles, okay, for short-sighted person. And these are the things, these lenses is used for making telescope, okay. Galileo telescope is the first is the telescope which is used to bear this concept, that is your object should be at where? Far distance, and image is forming at what position, students? See, image is virtually, okay. So this you have to remember. I hope so you have understood the concept of lenses, student. As it is, the problem is out of syllabus, there is no need to do the problem of the lenses. Next class I will tell you about the lens formula, and you have to just remember the lens derivation, okay. God bless you.